People who love traveling will understand how expensive it can be and what a challenge it is to keep your costs down and your experiences up. There are so many articles out there that talk about how expensive travel has become and how millennials just cannot afford to do it, but then we read all these stories about people who have quit their jobs to travel and live on the road with their vans. So what's going on? If you're one of the millions of people who have been dreaming of traveling more but think you can't because of the cost, this guide is a must-read for you. In this YouTube post, you will get all the tips and tricks that you need to know about cheap traveling. What is the cheapest way to travel? First, let's answer the question of what is the cheapest way to travel. The cheapest way to travel is to understand how to maximize your resources and keep your living costs to a minimum. It's important to note that you shouldn't think that travel is going to be free. It's just that you shouldn't expect to spend the same amount on travel that you would if you were staying at home. You may have to sacrifice some of the luxuries that you're used to at home, but it's worth it. You'll be able to save money and see things that you may never have had the opportunity to see otherwise. Research, research, research. The best way to travel cheap is to plan your trip as far in advance as you can. The earlier you start looking into the best deals, the better. But if you are really serious about traveling cheaply, you should start researching the moment you get the idea. Research flights, buses, car rentals, and hotels. In the past, you had to wait until the last minute to buy flight tickets, but now there are so many sites that offer cheap flights in advance that you can now plan for the flight ahead of time. Don't forget to check sites like Airbnb and Couchsurfing to see if there are any affordable places to stay in the locations that you're planning to visit. Become a member of a card program. If you have a credit card, you have access to things like free travel insurance, lounge access at airports, and other travel benefits. Some credit card companies will give you bonuses for miles if you use their cards for the majority of your purchases. You can use these miles to travel for very cheap. Make sure that you know the rules of the program and how to use your miles before you try to book anything. You don't want to accidentally lose your miles after you've worked so hard to get them. Plan your stay in advance. Get in the habit of booking your hotel stay in advance. Hotels fill up quickly and will often increase their prices during high traffic times like holidays, sporting events, and conventions. You can usually find hotels with great rates if you book them a few months in advance. Another option is to find a hostel or a couch to stay on to save money. Hostels have become more popular in recent years and have expanded their marketing and social media presence to make themselves more accessible to younger travelers. Take advantage of advance booking programs. Most travel companies have advance booking programs that allow you to save money by paying for travel in advance. These programs are called travel agents or wholesalers, and they sell discounted travel to cruise ships, hotels, airlines, and more. Make sure to only use reputable companies though, as some have been known to scam customers. You can join travel clubs and other membership programs to get access to inexpensive travel and deals. Many of these companies offer memberships that are either free or very affordable, and they are worth looking into if you are trying to save money on traveling. Eat at the right time and place. When you're traveling, you'll want to try the specialties of the region that you're visiting. You should also keep in mind that eating at touristy places can be expensive. You can save money by eating at the right time and place. Go to the grocery store and bring your own food with you. You can also buy food at convenience stores or eat at a cheap fast food place like McDonald's. You can also save money by eating at the right time. There are certain times of the day when restaurants offer discounted meals or special menus. Get an affordable room or bed sit-to-be. When you're staying in a hotel, you can sometimes get a cheaper rate by booking a bedsit or a cheaper room at the same hotel. Some hotels will allow you to downgrade your room and save money, while others will give you a room that is normally cheaper and put you in the same building and location as the more expensive rooms. You can also find affordable rooms on sites like Airbnb and Couchsurfing. Browse the websites and read reviews before agreeing to stay with someone. You can also look on travel forums and Facebook groups for people who are renting out their rooms for a cheaper price. Conclusion: traveling is a magical experience, and it can also be very costly. There are many ways to cut costs when traveling, and these tips will help you get started. Remember, you don't have to spend a lot of money to have an amazing experience. It's all about how you plan your trip and what you do while you're there. Keep these tips in mind, and you will be able to save money while still having the experience of a lifetime. And who knows, you might even be able to quit your job and travel full-time.